Hello world, it's your girl Princess V back at it again with another episode of The Road to Our Higher Self. Today's message is to keep moving forward. As usual, any message that I share on my channel are 9 times out of 10 a message for myself. And of course, today is yet another one. Keep moving forward has honestly been my mantra over the past few years of, moving through various obstacles and things that may arise. By continuing that momentum of moving forward, you can't help but get yourself to that light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes when you're on a journey, no matter what that journey is, that destination isn't as clear as the path that you can barely see in front of you. So as you continue that mindset of continue to move forward, keep moving forward, don't stop, that is really what gets you to that destination you want to get to. And a little side note, my bracelet here, it actually has keep moving forward engraved inside of it. And that, as I mentioned, is what has kept me going for the past few years. So I just want to share a few tips or a few reasons as to why the message keep moving forward holds so much weight. So number 1 would be, you may not feel like it, but you should do it anyways. Like, you may not feel like it, but do it anyways. At the end of the day, not every day you're going to feel like it. This morning I woke up, it's raining outside, the lighting isn't good. I was like, my house needs a bit of organization going on. Like, there are so many other things I could be doing right now besides sitting and recording. And even though I don't feel like it, that doesn't mean I shouldn't just do it anyway. So I would always recommend, as tip number 1, to why you should keep moving forward, or how you should be continuing to move forward, is by, in your mind, if things happen, you have to do something that you may not really want to do, don't worry about your feelings. Don't worry about, is the time right? Is my energy aligned? Do I want to? No. Instead, just do it anyways, because at the end of the day, it has to get done. And you can postpone and postpone and postpone all you want to, but you may come to a point in your life where it's been years later, almost a decade later, and you're still like, these dreams are still on my heart. Now let me carve out time to do it. So again, tip number 1 would be to understand that not all times you're going to feel like it, but do it anyways. Tip number 2 is that stepping stones, which are also known as obstacles, if you want to call it an obstacle, that's up to you, or a task. But for me, I'm learning to call it a stepping stone, because everything that we go through, everything that we have to, overcome is just stepping stones to get us to where we're meant to be. So stepping stones are here to help you grow, help you along your journey to evolve into all you're meant to be. And here on anything that has to do with love, clearly, it's all about growth and involvement by aid of personal empowerment. We're here to empower ourselves and to make sure that no matter what's happening externally, internally is so locked in to the point where anything can start happening. The winds of change could come into your life. And because you're so rooted in who you are and your core essence, you don't really get affected by it, because your perspective, your view on the world is all so internal that when external things happen, you make those adjustments, you do what you have to do, and you keep moving forward. Like, you just keep moving forward and you don't let up, okay? So the third tip to helping you to continue to move forward would be to know that you're doing it for your future self. Everything that you're doing now is for your future self, or for your future life, your higher self, or however you want to call this version in your mind that you believe you're destined to be. By taking various steps now, you're helping yourself in the future be able to be all that you're meant to be. So really, at the end of the day, whenever things arise, or whenever you wake up in the morning and see your to-do list and see what you have to do, you kind of have to look at it as a way where it's like, yeah, I have to do this now, but I benefit from this hard work in the future. And instant gratification does not hold the same weight that long-term gratification does. Because the longer you wait to feel gratitude about something, the more potent and sustainable that energy is. And here on the road to our higher selves, we are really just focused on that path of evolvement. We're focused on whatever that may come up, good and bad, but knowing how to move past it in a good way, knowing how to not sit in a negative state. Because take it from me, I've sat in negative states long enough and it does nothing. It does nothing. It has you in a moment of overthinking. You get this period of, I guess, comfort if you're used to negativity, and you get this like, oh yes, I'm used to this darkness and let me curl up in my blanket. Okay, fine, we get it. Now what? What happens when you've spent a week, 2 weeks, a month, you've spent a year in your little shell, and it's like time's ticking, your goals are expiring, your dreams are dwindling, you no longer have that same energy to go for what you want, and then you're stuck in this like constant cycle of doing things that you know you have to do, but wanting to do other things. Then those two aspects not aligning, you're not feeling like your true self, and you continue to kind of hit your head against the wall of your future. And here on any Love Clearly platforms, we are here to break that glass ceiling. There is no glass ceiling. There is no sky above us that's keeping us locked in. Like, the sky is not even the limit. Like, the stars aren't even the limit. We can do whatever we put our heart to. And because I am in the moment of taking action behind my dreams, this is why I make sure that no matter what's going on, I carve out time to put my content on the internet or on my podcast or my TikTok or Instagram, whatever the case is, because at the end of the day, real things happen behind the scenes every day. But if you can share with the world tips and advice and things that helped you along your path, you're now doing a service to the world. And that service to the world becomes next level. And that's when you evolve into this version of yourself that you've always known you were meant to be, but never put yourself in that place because you're just so caught up in the world. The world is a very big distraction. Everything is distraction if you let it be that way. Everybody also has the power of choice and has the power of realigning, readjusting, getting into that perfect alignment for what they want. And here on my channel, that is the message, that is all I am trying to share to the world, is the fact that we have to ground ourselves in that higher version and sustain that energy for as long as possible. And there may be moments where you don't feel like doing anything, and I'll do another video when those moments come up. But when those moments come up, you have to still follow reason number one, as far as even when you don't feel like it, still go for it. But you could always set a vacation time later on down the line. I know for myself, I'm giving myself a few months of consistently showing up, and I'm going to give myself like a weekend or a week off to just be in silence. I do that every Sunday. Yesterday, I really just didn't focus on anything content related, just enjoying the day. And that, I think, helps to balance out the big goals, big dreams, big aspirations that someone may have. So I just want to recap those 3 tips to continuing to move forward. If you hear that, it is a little stormy outside, so that could have just been thunder or my neighbors upstairs, whatever the case is. But for the message of keep moving forward has 3 sub-points to it. The first is, you may not feel like it, but do it anyways. Do it anyways, and don't worry about your feelings. Because at the end of the day, your feelings will align to what you're doing. And when you accomplish what you want to do, your feelings actually get that spark of joy, because it's like, yes, I did it. Like, what else can I do for today? What else can I accomplish? I'm already on a high right now, you know? So that was number 1. You may not feel like it, but do it anyways. Number 2 is stepping stones are here to help you grow. stepping stones, tasks, obstacles, however you view it. But anything that is in front of you for you to accomplish, it is here to help you grow and evolve into that version that you have for yourself. Number 3 is do it for that version. Do it for your higher self. Do it for this future life that you have for yourself. Go forward and do not let up. So I'm just going to go ahead and share a self-care card. This is from one of my self-care decks that I have. I have a lot of decks, and if you're interested in seeing more of my tarot reads and spiritual vibes, you can find me on TikTok under Love Clearly, or you can go on my Instagram, which is love.clearly, and clearly is spelled CLAIRELY. Let's see what is a good self-care card to keep the vibes, high-spirited. Okay, so maybe this is a sign to go to my spiritual channel, because what came out is sync with the moon. Sync with the moon. In my last video, I mentioned the various ways that nature is healing. And I mentioned on one of the sub-tips that the moon helps your energy to remain balanced. Every moon cycle has its own characteristics, and as you align each characteristic to your vessel, to who you are, you're able to not only maneuver through time better, but able to harness the energy that is out there for you. So syncing with the moon, it wants to come out. So if you're into it, definitely find me on TikTok at Love Clearly, or on my Instagram at love.clearly. So I'm going to go ahead and get this video wrapped up. If you are looking for me on any social media accounts, I am on Instagram _PrincessV_. My spiritual account is love.clearly. My TikTok and podcast that is on all major platforms is Love Clearly as well. I'm definitely going to be here to aid and assist in the growth and evolvement of the world. So definitely, if you're interested, you can go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, all those wonderful things. There will be plenty more where this came from. I'm sending you all peace, love, happiness, health, and wellness. So we'll talk again soon. Bye.